Can't get caught up there if they're breaking that way. We've got to be under the ball keeping in front of us. Go to 10.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility, the home of Northern New South Wales football and the home of the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel, the culmination of a weekend-long celebration of women's football in the region takes place this week. 18 NPLW and community teams have congregated here at the Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility to compete for the 9th iteration of the Women's State Cup. All the community teams from across the region have been competitive, determined and hungry, and the top two sides in the University of Newcastle do battle in the 5th Community Plate Final. My name's Ashley Borg, and alongside me this afternoon in commentary is Joe Wright. Welcome, Joe. What are you expecting from this afternoon's final?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ash. Yeah, really good battle that we're looking forward to this afternoon. Close games for Uni and Cooks Hill to get into the final here, so really looking forward to what's going to be on offer today.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. These two sides have played each other twice at Zone Football League level. Cooks Hill have been quite dominant, to be perfectly fair. They're the team that are going to be playing in the black and white strip as they go to shake the referee's hand. But University of Newcastle, they'll be looking to spoil the Cooks Hill party this afternoon. First game they played in May was a 9-2 win to Cooks Hill, and only as recently as about 3 or 4 weeks ago on June 21, Cooks Hill defeated Uni Newcastle 5-1, and that day Gabrielle Brody, who will be playing in the number 13, scored 4 goals. Be an interesting tussle between these two sides. So University of Newcastle in the 3, Kate Ainsworth, 5, Claudia Perry, 7, Emma Hooper, 13, Maeve Patton, 15, Lana Kearney, 20, Sarah McElwain, 22, Phoebe Collier, 23, Maisie Osborne, 30, Mia Wallace, 34, Serena Carter, and 36, Freya Clifton. And for Cooks Hill United, Joe?
Yep, we've got number 1, Philippa Anderson, number 3, Anniken Hansen, number 6, Caitlin Patey Dennis, number 8, Mashula Keats, number 11, Elizabeth Barron, number 13, Gabrielle Brody, number 16, Steph Sargent, number 22, Piper Lee Tripp, number 25, Leah Gwiff, number 31, Alice Falconer.
So it should be a relatively competitive game. These are the top 2 sides in the Zone Football League, the Tier 2 competition here in Newcastle to the NPLW. Cooks Hill running from left to right on your screen. University of Newcastle in their traditional light blue strip, running from right to left. The breeze, as I was outside, appeared to be right to left, so left to right. Generally is here at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility as we get ourselves underway to begin the first half. 2 25-minute halves is my understanding, and so be a very interesting contest. More of a sprint than anything else, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in these shortened formats, it's important to get off to a quick start if you can. So if you win that first 5 minutes, I think you put yourself in a good spot to get a good outcome at the end of the match.
It's the first foray here for the Uni Newcastle. Sent in and easily gathered there by, pretty sure, is Philippa Anderson. Going to send this down the middle. Contest for the football there. Nice little touch. Ending up to Jouffre, who sent it inside the box. That's cleared away expertly. Hasn't gone all the way. Sent back into the mixer. And Uni Newcastle have done enough at this stage as they look to clear the danger. They travel down the left-hand side. If my memory serves correctly, that's number 5 there of Claudia Perry, who's had that taken off her feet. That one's out for the first throw of the plate final. So these two sides, Joe, have got to the final because they're in the top 4 plate sides or top 4 community sides. Cooks Hill, they were really competitive across the weekend, beating a NPL side in Charlestown, Missouri by 2-1 in their first game.
Yeah, Cooks Hill have been traditionally somewhat of a disruptor in this tournament for NPL sides. Wouldn't be the first time that they have taken points off an NPL side, so extremely competitive side that Cooks Hill are. So yeah, you need to take them at your own risk.
So what makes Cook Hill a non-NPLW side if they're as competitive as they generally are? They've really dominated this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'll have to ask the players, but it could be a little bit of sort of winding down in commitments. Maybe people that have played within the NPLW system that looking for a little bit less commitment from a training perspective. Could be a number of factors, but yeah, they've got some fairly experienced people within that squad, which I think makes them ultra competitive in the Zone League, but also in this Women's State Cup as well.
Well, it's just played out for repeat set of throws. Throw to be taken there by Phoebe Collier, who gives it into Perry, turns it over to Hanson. Player running down the wing there is Barwin. And out of play, Barron, sorry. Got to be able to read your own handwriting, Ashley. Fletcher. Cooks Hill just working it down the side as the assistant referee decides it's a throw to the Uni Newcastle. Students taken off the feet there again by Hanson, who started this game very diligently indeed. It's a little bit of a mismatch at the moment, isn't it? They just can't seem to... Both sides haven't quite settled yet, have they, Joe, in this final?
No, a little bit cagey at the moment. I think maybe the nerves of the final are sort of getting to the players a little bit at the start, but that'll subside once they get into the flow of the game. Just need to ride out this early untidiness. And
this synthetic pitch isn't something they're used to either, so that'd be something to get used to also, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. All these, both Cooks Hill and Uni play on grass fields week in, week out, so coming to a facility like Lake Macquarie and playing on the synthetic pitches where the ball's going to run a little bit faster, the bounce is going to be more like a balloon type bounce, as we see an opportunity here for Cooks Hill. Well saved by Wallace in goals.
Pretty sure that might have been Jouffre then on the turn.
But yes, the surface does play a little bit different to what they're used to, but hopefully the quick and the frequent games they get over the weekend helps them adapt as best as they can.
So here go the students down the right-hand side. That'll be the first corner of the afternoon in the plate final. Emma Hooper's one to watch here for University of Newcastle. She's a very hard worker.
It's fantastic to have players like that in your side, those ones that will do that extra effort, that last sprint, that extra couple of steps to get as the ball comes in.
Freya Clifton on this edge of this box too can be very dangerous as they reset down the touch line and send it back in. Awkward ball on the edge of the box, just working it around, shooting it in. This is a chance. Oh, and it's in the back of the net. Sensational start to the Uni of Newcastle. That was a wonderful ball across, Joe, and beautifully finished.
Yeah, fantastic bit of play there from University of Newcastle. Congested penalty area, great release pass out there on the far right, and the ball back across goal to a player at the back post. It was a well-timed run and a great finish at the end of the day. Well done to University of Newcastle.
We'll wait for the confirmation of the goal scorer, but that was in the 6th minute, and University of Newcastle lead it by 1-0. Shell-shocked Cooks Hill a little bit there. I think it may have been Perry that scored, but I won't dob her in or take the guess as Clifton wrestling in the centre of the park there. Hooper, that's just come off the referee playing, he says. Jouffre with it. And they send it back in the defensive area. Cooks Hill not used to being behind. Not in this 13-game competition that they've played in the Zone Football League so far. They just couldn't clear their lines, Joe, and that ball across the box was just outstanding. It begged to be put in.
Yeah, absolutely. The timing of the run from the forward was what made that goal there. The defender was thereabouts, but the ball speed across the box to get it to that far post runner was outstanding from the University of Newcastle there.
So Barron puts the touch across. It's well intercepted here by Uni Newcastle. It's a 22 of Collier, who sends. I'm pretty sure this is Emma Hooper. Hooper could be one-on-one here with the keeper. Needs to finish, and great bit of goalkeeping to stay big and keep the side to 1-0 only. That should have been 2.
Yeah, important intervention from the defender and the goalkeeper there. Going down 2-0 early in this match would have been a big challenge for Cooks Hill there, but they've scrambled and they're still in it. They're still alive.
Yeah, pretty sure that was Emma Hooper in the 7. She's got a lot of speed. Here goes Newcastle again. That's come off the head, or pretty much the old Falcon. And the referee's going to stop play here as players down injured. So 2:25-minute halves. Not sure how we go for stoppages and things like that. We've just played just on the 8-minute mark, or just behind the 8 minutes. And Uni Newcastle lead this by 1-0. They defeated Newcastle University. They had a bit of a mixed bag going into the group matches in Group A. They lost to the Indigenous side 1-0 in the first game. They defeated the Kempsey Saints 3-0. And then they were given a bit of a football lesson by Adamstown Rosebud, 9-0. That put them third in Group A, but it actually put them in the top 4 in the community sides. They played in an epic semi-final against Lake Cathy, who were the runners-up in plate last year, Joe. They got to 1-1, and the University of Newcastle won the raffle, and they held their nerve and won the penalty shootout by 4-3 to make it to this final.
Yeah, penalties are a tough way. It's great if you win. It's tough if you lose, but at the end of the day, they couldn't be split. And yeah, Lake Cut-Eye being finalists and I believe winners of the tournament last year. It's a big scout for University of Newcastle as well.
So they've actually dominated in their area, Lake Cut-Eye. Sorry to Lake Cut-Eye fans for mispronunciation, but yeah, they've dominated in the mid-north coast, haven't they? I saw their goal difference this morning: 95 goals scored, none conceded in the local league. It's just insane. Yeah,
they're an impressive side, Lake Cut-Eye. They always challenge when they come to the State Cup here, and like I said, finalists in last year's competition. They're a really challenging opponent for all comers.
That's Collier again then that intervenes. This is Freya Clifton. And they look to work that. That's beautifully done in the midfield to set the winger free. And looking to hug the touchline here. So they get it to the corner flag, and a little bit of assistance there for the students' winger then. So they look to pump this football in. There's not too much action happening in the box at the moment. Not a lot going on, but a little bit of a rushed throw there. I'll look to play it and bring it back inside the box here and put Cooks Hill under more pressure. Anderson gets down and takes that cleanly. So we're about 10.5 minutes into the first half here. 25 minutes is the time that we're playing per half, minus addition of a few stoppages. Uni Newcastle currently in front by 1-0. Goal coming in the 6th minute. It was a wonderfully hit cross from an inability for Cooks Hill to clear the lines as Perry is taken off the feet, looking to set her teammate in space. Not sure that. I think that's Barron on the side here. It's gone straight over Barron's head, and it's also gone over Collier's head too on the Chasey's lead trip. And they look a lot more composed at this point in time so far. The students that never count out a side that hasn't lost a game. That was a pretty good ball, but Jouffre had her back turned. Students look to go again. Pretty certain that's not Hooper. And stays along the sideline, Barron and Collier. It's been a good little duel early. Clifton got a foot in. This is Hooper for the Uni Newcastle. Scrapping away. Referee let that go. Good to see, actually, the referee let games go. This is a final. Both teams want to win it. You don't want to be hearing the whistle blow continuously.
No, absolutely not. I think the players particularly, they want the game to flow, obviously. If the foul's there, blow the foul to set the standard of what the expectations are. This ball goes out for what I believe to be a goal kick. Yep, so the referee set the tone early in the piece, so the players understand how the game will be managed. But yeah, allowing the game to flow so that both sides can get some rhythm in the game. It's nothing more frustrating as a player to stop, start, and you can't build any rhythm. So far it's been played relatively uninterrupted, which I think the players will all appreciate.
So Cooks Hill looking to win their third plate title. They won their first one in 23 and then doubled it up in 24. This is Hooper. Nicely taken off the feet there by Hansen. Piper Lee trip. Tries to send Barron into space. Barron wasn't quite ready for it. Goalkeeper collects nicely. See the 15 there in the midfield, Kearney gets the head on it. Cooks Hill to work through it now through Hansen. Kearney tried to put on the pressure. If you're the Cooks Hill coach at the moment, Joe, would you be overly concerned in the first half as we get to the halfway point of the first half?
I wouldn't say it'd be panic stations right now. There's still enough time in this game, but again, the shorter formats means that if you're going to need to do it sooner rather than later. If I was a Cooks Hill coach, I'd just be looking for a little bit more control and a little bit more patience. It looks like Cooks Hill just trying to rush that ball to penetrate the back line, where Uni have had a little bit more control when they've gone forward and a little bit more patient when they're trying to attack and break those lines.
It's been a little bit heavy with their touch, haven't they, on this synthetic surface? So they try to play it down the side. It's cut off again here by a very resolute Uni Newcastle. Pretty sure this is Hooper now. Hooper's just going to hold up and wait for the troops. Lovely through ball. Pretty sure that's Kearney, but couldn't hit the target going forward. Barron. That's a lovely first touch to get into space. Defence holds it well. And just waiting to see if that one goes out for a corner. It might actually be a throw. So Cooks Hill. Opportunity for them now as they're inside, deep inside Students' half, their penalty area. Just seemed to clear with a little bit too much ease, Uni Newcastle, as it comes back out here to the 31 of Falconer. Here's a real chance for Cooks Hill as it breaks. That's gutsy goalkeeping. That was Serena Carter, the goalkeeper. Sorry, Mia Wallace, the goalkeeper. Throw in there to Cooks Hill. A little bit more danger then from the Cooks Hill side, Joe.
Yeah, I love the little bit of flair, that little flick forward to create that half chance for Cooks Hill, which ultimately led to that 50-50 battle with the goalkeeper and the forward for Cooks Hill. So yeah, a little bit of creativity can unlock a defence which University of Newcastle has been quite organised and resolute so far. So a little bit of flair potentially could open the door for Cooks Hill to snag one back.
Yeah, Jouffre's been knocking goals in for fun in the Zone Football League so far. You expect her to be a danger in this one. Nice little interplay there. It was Jouffre with a bit of style. Here you go, the Students. Once again, they just seem to be reading the danger well. This is Perry down the outside, trying to connect with Hooper, who wasn't on the same wavelength on that occasion. Down the touchline they go to Barron. With her the whole way, as she has been for the entire 15, 16 minutes so far, was Collier. Here's Clifton. He's got a very, very powerful leg. McElwain, who went for the switch. Just a real stalemate in the middle of the park at the moment between these two sides. That early goal has been pretty much in the memory bank now. Joe, 6 minutes gone. That was in a 6-minute mark. We're almost to the 18th minute. For a limit, really have had limited chances in this game apart from the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both sides have struggled to create. Again, it's been caught up in midfield a lot of the time, a little bit rushed when the ball has been won in transition. I think the coach would like to see even more control to take the sting out of the game a little bit and take it away from this transitional affair that it is at the moment.
So it's still being decided in the midfield here at the moment, as all good finals are. This is Giuffre, who's scored 15 goals in 13 Zone Football League games. Barron. Oh, that was dangerous then. Needed to make the challenge. I was pretty sure that was Piper Lee Tripp then that was taken in the corner. It'll be Cooks Hill corner. This is somewhere where they've had a lot of success in the Zone Football League this season, scoring goals from corners. You imagine Giuffre would be in the box. You'd imagine Lee Tripp would be in the box. As this one comes in, that's in a pretty good area. Get first touch to it, but it's over the dead ball line. Out for a goal kick. Uni Newcastle can breathe a little easier as they negotiate the first 20 minutes of this plate final. Unscathed on the score sheet so far. Hanson. It's Barron again. Looking for the 1-2 there and just not quite getting it. And it looks like she's gone into right back. Any changes or any positional changes you might be looking for at this point, Joe? It's only been 20 minutes really, but Uni Newcastle seem to have this scouted quite well at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm Cooks Hill, when we get into that attacking third, I'd be looking for a little bit more support inside the box. We've had limited runners. So when the ball has gone into the wide areas, there's been limited targets in the box to deliver to. From a University of Newcastle perspective, I think they've looked really dangerous on the counter. The striker dropping in between the lines to receive the ball has been, I think, a good outlet for them. So continuing to do that, and again, same as Cooks Hill, just trying to get a few more bodies higher up pitch to make the most of those counter-attack opportunities.
So free kick here to the University of Newcastle. Standing over it is Lana Kearney. Just ticking over to the 21st minute now, or the 22nd minute now. Second goal here would be so timely. Direct strike and was always curling away. Not too much danger there for Philippa Anderson. Stark contrast from the other two games. Cooks Hill 5 defeated Newcastle Uni 1. Gabrielle Brody, who's in a number 13, she had a field day. 4 goals for the Cooks Hill side. She scored 5 against the Uni Newcastle in 2 matches, and it's been difficult for her in this game so far, Joe, to really get a touch and get into a rhythm of the match so far.
Yeah, I guess that's the advantage for both sides as well, having already played each other twice in their regular season, is that they've had a good look, seen who the danger players are, who they potentially need to negate And the shorter format as well means that if you do get up to an early lead, then you're in a really strong position to walk away with all 3 points, or in today's format, the plate at the end of the day.
Will be the third winners of the trophy or the community plate. Uni Newcastle, if they can get their hands on it this afternoon. There's only been 2 names in the 4 years. Arunga Raiders have won the first edition in 2022 and the 25 edition. Cooks Hill won the other 2 in the middle. Oh, that one's a little bit dangerous there off the scone. Nice ball. Pretty sure this is Giuffre now. Giuffre. That's a dangerous looking ball. Wallace had that covered, and she had good position on the near stick there.
Yeah, good forward run there from Giuffre, and there was a runner at the back post as well, similar to the first goal for the University of Newcastle. Potentially that delivery could have come in a little bit earlier to take the goalkeeper out of the play. But overall promising attack, and Cooks Hill starting to get a few more opportunities now.
That's a good ball forward. But on this synthetic surface, the second you hit it just slightly long, you almost have to be Sha'Carri Richardson to make it up, that's for sure. Had the pleasure of watching her at Stall Gift this year. So about a minute and a half until the 25 minutes are up for this first half of the community plate final here. And Uni Newcastle have really negotiated this first half well. They are kicking slight breeze into their faces. Ellis Falconer now to send this one in. Giuffre. Hanson. Just seem to have it covered so far. Students have done their homework, that's for certain. So they played along the far touchline towards the clubhouse. Nice little give and go. Running out of real estate there. Sending it out of play. It'll be an interesting halftime team talk for both sides. Uni Newcastle really got the upper hand. They've got the advantage now with the opening goal. They can choose to sit back if they want, Joe, and they can choose to hold the lead, or they can choose to try and extend it.
Yeah, that'll be the interesting one to see what the coaching staff of University of Newcastle want to do, if they're going to hold on to what they've got, or if they're going to see if they're going to push and try and kill off the game.
Well, that's half-time here at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. Referee blows it right on the 25-minute mark. A goal in this minute sees the University of Newcastle lead this one by 1-0. Joe and I will be back after an extended break for all the action of the second half. Welcome back to the Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility here in Spears Point. We're probably the best part of 15 to 20 minutes. I shouldn't be telling you that because we're all in northern New South Wales, aren't we? It's force of habit, Joe, when I was calling the Jets Academy games and trying to describe the location of Spears Point to Sydney siders. But you never know who's on our live stream. Could be from anywhere across northern New South Wales, Sydney, or anywhere across this great land of ours. Joe Wright, we're back. Ashley Borg, second half of the Community Plate final between the University of Newcastle students in the light blue and Cooks Hill in the black and white. Cooks Hill to run right to left. They trail this one by 1-0. The goal scored in the 6th minute. Our vantage point made it a little bit hard for Joe and I, but going to go out on a little bit of a limb and say it was either Claudia Perry or Lana Kearney that scored it. So you'll just have to wait until it's official. Don't generally like to go out on a limb too often and call something that's incorrect. So 6th minute goal. Doesn't matter who scored it for Uni Newcastle as long as they take home the plate at the end of the day. This is Gabrielle Brody on the football. That one's gone over the top. That was dangerous to Lee Tripp, but the defence was there. Brody went straight through then. And Brody with that longer ponytail that just extends down to the number, Joe. She scored 4 goals against this team on June 21. Need to hit the score sheet for them to stay in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think has form against the University of Newcastle here and look down 1-0 with less than 25 minutes to go now. They'd be looking to their experienced goal scorers as well to see if they can get one back and see if they can turn the momentum here.
Hope you're enjoying the pictures. Spideo camera. New innovation for Northern New South Wales football. It's almost if you've got VOs at your home grounds, that's just about what you're looking through, although it's a little bit more high tech than that. The AI has just gotten so much better on these cameras over the years, and I remember you a couple of years ago, Joe, here at Lake Macquarie to call a Jets game against the Western Sydney Wanderers in the NPLW, and the technology on them is just amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible what these cameras can do nowadays, and from a coaching perspective as well, the analysis tools that there are available to be able to clip and to show players sort of things they've done well, opportunities. It's a fantastic bit of technology.
That one popped over. It's an awkward one to clear away, but they did so well. This is Isabel Rankin on the ball. Cleared away again. Only ever so slightly. Rankin's going to get a second bite at it. Jouffre. Rankin. Newcastle Uni scrambling. And I think it's a free kick to Cookshill. Rankin will get on the ball here to take this one. Best part of 30 to 35 metres from the goal. Wouldn't imagine it'd be a direct strike. Look to set this up. Gabrielle Brody's in there. And she has gone for the direct strike, Joe. Interesting decision.
Yeah, ambitious effort. I would have needed a lot to go right for that to go in. But the ball's coming back the other way now, so let's see how Cookshill deal with that.
Rankin, nice defending. Ainsworth tried to go down the right-hand side. Nice work there, Brody. Brody turned and burned away past Kearney. She's burned away past another opponent, sends it into the box, and it was well done there by the students again. Hanson goes back to her. It's almost like it's a boomerang on that one. Sends it over, and it just clipped over the bar, and Mia Wallace was very thankful it didn't dip.
Yeah, good control from Cookshill here. They've definitely come out the better team in the start of the second half here. University of Newcastle haven't been able to get out of their own half. So whatever the coaches said at half times, looks like that it's putting Cookshill in the right direction.
They're on the ball again here, the Cookshill side. Might have been a mini clip from behind. Ref said play it. Hanson on the ball again. Gee, she's had a lot of touches. Rankin. Nice interplay with her teammate there in Brody. Just held it up nicely and did enough. Hanson coming through, taking a direct strike, and Wallace saw that one like it was yesterday. Cleans up the danger. Just talking about the cameras early in the half, Joe, and you're talking about coaching. You're a coach yourself, from what I understand, done some coaching in your time. It's yeah, to use those clips, how powerful is that for you as a coach?
Oh, it's incredible to be able to have access to technology, and look, everybody learns in a different way. Me personally, I like to see videos and pictures, and that helps me learn, but being able to support the players with pictures and words with those clips is, I think, invaluable. It's an invaluable resource to have. I think it's definitely something that coaches can, if they have access to the technology, to be able to layer into their coaching to further develop the players.
So down the touchline again they go. Cookshill, probably about 75 to 80% possession in this second half, if we had any stats. Brody saw that outer opposite number pattern. A little bit of games personship there to try and play around with the ball. Got a bit of room in the centre of the park now, the students working their way through very nicely, but turning it over. So we'll turn there from Barron. Sending it over the top. This is Brody on the left-hand side. Sat well for her. Got to use a teammate. Gee, that's a pretty good ball. Split the middle. Referee's got a decision to make and did it well, really. Not making one, to be fair. They clear it away to Ainsworth, who needs to get away from her opponent, but stronger in the contest was Rankin, and she has a bit of a rush blood there and sends it into the net in the back for a goal kick. Not the net that they needed there, Joe.
No, absolutely not.
Just, they seem to be repeating the same type of rash play from the first half, Cookshill. got a lot more control of it in this half, Joe. But it seems to be they're rushing the pass a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've got the ball in good central areas around the edge of the box. That's the third couple of times now. They've had a shot from range, where I'd like to see a little bit more patience. Can we have supporting players coming towards the ball? Maybe a bounce pass or a combination to try and break down the defence, because the long range shot, it's going to take something very good to beat the keeper today. They have had good success, Cooks Hill, down this left-hand side. So if I was to coach Cooks Hill, I'd be continuing to come down the left to try and exploit that right side defence of University of Newcastle.
Bit of a ricochet there, ended up with Giuffre. Brody tried to send a player through. Resolute defending here from Uni Newcastle. And just like you said, Joe, now they've got this lead, Uni Newcastle, as Giuffre's on the ball. Could have been a foul there, and the ref agrees. And just as you were saying, Uni Newcastle could just sit back now. They've got a lead, and they're probably a little bit happy to protect it now, to be perfectly fair.
Yeah, they've got the lead now, and like I said before, if I'm the coach of University of Newcastle and I'm seeing them shooting from range, I'm happy as the University of Newcastle coach that they're shooting from range. I've got confidence in my defence. I've got confidence in my goalkeeper that anything from that kind of range, she'll be able to save no problems.
Hansen. Well, that would have been her second goal this season if that connected. Annika Hansen. It's a little bit high and wide. Was an earlier substitution. Piper Lee Tripp coming off the field in the 22. Coming onto the ground is number 29, Renee Valentine, for the Cooks Hill side. She's scored 4 goals in 11 conference games this season. So the conference is more of for those in tune with the NPLW, it's the reserve. It's more like the reserve grade competition for the Zone Football League. So she's had some success, Renee. Hopefully she can value add to this team, who are behind by a goal to nil at the moment in the 8th minute of the second half. 25-minute halves. Corner to the Cooks Hill side. They take it low. A couple of Uni Newcastle defenders get a little bit intertwined. They just don't clear the lines. This is how Uni Newcastle scored in the first half. Just not clearing the lines. Cooks Hill once again. Brody will send this wide to Rankin. And that one's chipped over the top. They seem to be persisting with that ball over the top of the Uni Newcastle defence, and they're well set up to just clean those up all afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be tough with how deep University of Newcastle were in that moment, with the goalkeeper protecting space in behind to be able to exploit any space from a longer pass like they attempted there.
Carney, she's kept it in play. Rankin put a hand up to the assistant ref. She sent it in. Anderson, a real danger. Hooper was down the outside. It might have been Perry down the outside there. That ball just goes straight out, and I think there's going to be a substitution. You can hear that in the effects mic. Beauty of these effects mics. Cooks Hill with a second substitution. Hopefully we can confirm the identity of the player coming onto the field, but as luck would have it, never work with live TV. As they say, you just can't get what you want all the time, as they say. Don't have any fourth official where we are. And here you go, the Cooks Hill side. It's getting a little bit more desperate for them as they try to work through. Valentine to Brody, and there's another one of those chip balls over the top. They're banking on it to work, but the students have been schooling that all afternoon. That one is harmlessly out of play, so Elizabeth Barron will take this throw and bring it in to Hansen. Hansen from range, and Wallace, well, like you said, you've said this for about the last 10 or 15 minutes, Joe. I think Mia Wallace would be very comfortable and very happy to receive those for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like to see a little bit more ball to feet for me with, oh, here we go. Here's an opportunity for Uni, and well saved.
Yeah, nice save. Pretty sure that was Hooper. Hooper's one of the quicker players at Uni Newcastle.
Yeah, back to what I was saying. I think the left-hand side through Rankin and through Brody, when they've had the ball to feet, they've looked really dangerous down this left-hand side. That's definitely an avenue that I'd continue to work.
Looked like a foul there on Cooks Hill, and referee agrees. It's been a really clean game. Not too many physical contests. The ball's done a lot of the talking in this contest, in this final. Ball sent back in again. It's a clever little touch there from Valentine, but Uni Newcastle work it away. Look to counter. Doesn't have enough width on it there for Ainsworth. But that defensive clearance really left to be desired. And they're going to play that out for a Uni Newcastle throw-in. That's probably a win there for the students, considering the pass. It's taking their time now. Pretty sure this is Phoebe Collier to throw it in. The tricks of the trade in commentary, you can only see the end number. You look down the list and you hope it's that one. It's either Hornery or Collier, the only ones with 2 on the end.
Playing the percentages.
Yes. So they've been really comfortable in this game, Uni Newcastle. And it's not to downgrade Cooks Hill's efforts at all, but they've really looked comfortable under anything that's been thrown at them. That was Hornery in the 12. Here go Cooks Hill. They've got the ability to score goals really quickly once they get going. Just haven't had that opportunity to get moving in this contest. It's been a stellar performance from the team in the light blue side that were probably less favoured to win based on form and based on results this season. Been both very successful in the Zone Football League this year. Cooks Hill 13 wins and no defeats, no draws. Top of the pops. Uni Newcastle 11 wins and 2 losses. I remember covering them in a game against New Lambton early in the first game of the Women's Football League in a new competition. They're both very excited to, the teams down in that Greater Football, Joe, they're very excited to get that new Zone Football League comp underway. It's been a real success story for community football.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic competition, and you've seen the quality that's on offer with this match here with Cooks Hill and with the University of Newcastle as well. It shows that there's talented players in that community space as well, and being able to recognise them with that competition, I think, is fantastic.
These two sides are the best 2 at it. And given the form line of the year, these two will probably play off in the season's ending competition. Warners Bay'd have a bit to say about it as well. That's Hornery the throw-in. And she'll get a repeat go. So Tamara Hornery, a club legend of the University of Newcastle, an amazing talent. It's described by her coach, Mr. Bass. That's a good ball to feet. Hooper tried to feed, nearly came off. And Anderson deals with that well. So they've got about 10 and a half to 11 minutes to go, Joe, at Cooks Hill, to try and level the score and take this to a penalty shootout. What would be the only, I know we've talked about it a little bit at length, but what's this last 10 minutes? What are you asking for from your players?
Yeah, I think the coaches, I guess, have to have a bit of a think of, are we gonna go for it? Are we happy with the current system? Are we gonna change it maybe to force something to give them a different problem to solve? And I'm sure that they have those discussions on the bench at the moment, but potentially.
Here's a go. Oh, that was so game from the goalkeeper. That takes a lot of courage. And Mia Wallace has gone down in a heap. Not certain if that's Leah Jouffre that's gone in for the challenge. And she had every right to go in for it too. But that leaves Mia Wallace a little bit messed up on the deck. Hopefully she's okay. She'll receive a bit of medical attention and we'll get ourselves moving. Judging by the first half, there was a slight injury in that first half, Joe, and there was no additional time. So I'm wondering if the referee's going to add time for this one.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Based on the first half, you would imagine that if there was nothing added in the first half, that there'll be nothing for the second half, and it'll be the flat 25 in both halves.
It's been about a 30 or 40 second delay, but nothing too overly strenuous there for the time. As Mia Wallace gets up, and it takes a lot of courage to do what a goalkeeper does. Just puts their body on the line like that. That's a tremendous save from her, and it's kept the students in front. They've got one hand on the plate at this point. We've got 9 minutes to hold out the side that have been undefeated all season in the Zone Football League, in the Cooks Hill side. Leaded by 1-0. 6th minute goal. Failed to clear their lines, and sharp ball across the box. Saw it tapped in from close ranges. Students go to work through again. I'm quite sure this is Carney that's on it. Rankin now tries to turn. Got past Hornery. The back there was Osborne, last line for Uni Newcastle. Back to Wallace. Be careful not to play that short there to Osborne. That's come off Brody. And the students can take a little bit more time off this clock. A very good victory. Always hard earned. Anytime you win silverware, it's something to savour. It's Carter that's trying to play a way out of a cul-de-sac. It's come off Hooper. She won't mind too much. Valentine gets that throw. Tries to play it inboard. Nicely done again by Carter. That one teased the sideline. Brody, Hooper went through the back, said the referee, and I think he's played the advantage in the end. Good decision there by the ref, to be honest, Joe. Just waited for it to progress.
Yeah, waited to see if Cooks Hill were going to get the advantage. No advantage gained, so we've gone back for the free kick. So, yeah. Another opportunity here for Cooks Hill to see if they can press the ledger and see if they can level up and make an exciting final 5 or so minutes.
So 7 minutes to go here at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. Annika Hansen standing over the football. Might be Brody, actually. It is Hansen over the football. Sends it in. Wallace! Oh, that's been headed in at the back stick. That was a magnificent ball to the back stick. Wallace just couldn't quite get there. And it's been headed in. Scores are level here at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. It's 1 goal apiece with 6.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, fantastic delivery there from Cooks Hill. They've been knocking on the door all half and finally got their reward for all their hard work. So 1-1, 6 minutes to go. Plate final. What more could you ask for?
Well, that was a terrific ball. Hansen got it right. She stuck it right on the back stick. Had a plethora of players advancing. Wallace just couldn't get hands to it. It was touched in on the back stick. Beautiful piece of play. Cooks Hill. They haven't had a lot of chances in this game. Uni Newcastle haven't let them, but they took one. They took the one that mattered. And as it stands at the moment, we're going to a penalty shootout to decide the community plate for 2026. But there's still a few minutes to go. Plenty of twists in this tale. Hooper back to goal. Kearney. Thought she was going to go the shot on her own then. I think she was caught in two minds.
I agree. I was about to say the same thing, Ashley. I think she was tossing it up and she's gone for the pass instead of the shot and sort of got half of both.
So who's got the nerve? Who holds their nerve? Who keeps their composure? Which team can get the job done? Can they get it done inside the 50 minutes? Inside 4.5 minutes remain of regular time. They've looked so comfortable, Uni Newcastle, for this first 40 minutes. Cooks Hill have put a little bit more pressure on. Honory's throwing, Hooper. It's the students' turn to put on a final thrust before this one finishes. Rankin, she's been pretty good since she's come on, Isabel Rankin in the 9. Throwing to be taken by Kearney. Nice and long, direct. Anderson calls for it. Thought Imogen May might have come right over the top then. That's a great touch, Brody. Couldn't release Rankin. Ended up with Padden Rowe. It looks like she's come onto the field. That one's Caitlin Patey-Dennis, defensive half. How's your nerve, Joe? We're sitting in a commentary box, mate. It's going to be a tense last 3 minutes.
Absolutely. I much prefer being in this box here than on the sideline at the moment in these kind of matches. I'd be on the edge of the technical area, just pacing away. Much more comfortable in here.
Get to build the tension rather than be part of it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And it sounds like we're going to have another substitution. I wonder if this is the coaching staff starting to think about penalties. What people do I need on the field? Making sure we've got the right penalty takers to, if that's where we end up, are they going to have the right people on the pitch?
So Steph Sargent comes into the match for Cooks Hill. Bit of confusion there. Minor confusion. Wallace says I'll have it. Closing in on full time here in this Community Plate final. Will we see a third team's name on the trophy, or will Cooks Hill win it for a third time in 4 years? Might be going all the way here to a penalty shootout to decide it. Students look to just compose themselves on the ball for this final riposte. That was an interesting gather. Rankin cuts back, looks to shoot. Wallace sees that one over the dead ball line. She's definitely injected some life into Cooks Hill since she's come on in the second half.
Yeah, I think she's been one of their best players, if not their best in the second half, Rankin. Really creative. She's got the ball back again.
Right. Hanson twisting, turning. Out wide. Rankin tries the overlap run. Brody on the touch. One just eluded her, and Uni Newcastle tried clear. Hooper's very speedy, and she's also extremely fit. That was Perry down the outside. And the referee has blown full time on this contest. And we go to a penalty shootout here in the plate final. Two teams can't be separated after 50 minutes. First goal came after 6 minutes, and the second one for Cooks Hill came with 6 minutes to go from a wonderfully hit free kick from Annika Hansen. It was met on the back stick. So we go to the penalty shootout here as both sides finish up at 1 goal apiece. We'll be back very shortly on commentary for the penalty shootout. Welcome back to Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. This is the penalty shootout of the Community Plate Final just about to take place. Bit of a correction to the goal scorer. Well, it was a direct free kick from Annika Hansen, who scores her second goal for the season. And just had a look at the replay in the break. Wallace seemed to overrun it just slightly, Joe, and it went just over her head. There were a lot of players coming through, so it made it really difficult for her to try and pick the spot to be. Unfortunately, it just went over the top of her and into the corner of the net, and it was 1-1. Penalty shootouts, Joe. I'm just talking to you off air. You've been through a couple.
Yes.
How the nerve? What do you think? What are you doing, and what are you talking to your players about in this situation?
Yeah, the big one here is, I don't know if I'm the best person because we lost our penalty shootout, but the key thing is to make just composure, is making sure that the players that are going up to take the penalties are confident in their ability, because that little bit of doubt can potentially mean a miss or a save. So making sure you've got your penalty list done, making sure that the players on the list are confident, they've got no injuries or fatigue isn't playing a role, and then it's go with your gut. At the end of the day is whatever your first decision is, just commit to it, because that change of mind can be quite costly. So I'm sure the coaches would have mentioned that during the interval there. And then, yeah, the goalkeepers, it's a tough job, and yeah, it's not one that I'd be putting my hand up for.
Well, you never, I don't think you ever lose as a goalkeeper in this scenario, because I don't think you're overly expected to hit it.
No, absolutely not. I think the penalty shootout definitely favour the one striking the ball rather than trying to keep it out of the net. So if you happen to make a save, then you've done the outstanding job.
So his first penalty, from my way of thinking, is to be taken here by Phoebe Collier. Played in the NPLW for New Lambton and Warners Bay, among other clubs. Doesn't matter what level of football you've played in your life, whenever you get to that penalty spot, it's always a plethora of nerves that start to fumble through the belly. Second guess yourself. Oh, that's very calm. Very well slotted by Phoebe Collier.
Yeah, really well taken penalty there. Didn't give the goalkeeper much of a chance there. Well directed into the goalkeeper's left side of the goal. And great start for University of Newcastle. Cool.
Yeah, terrific start from them. Just trying to see who's got this penalty. Might be Barwin, actually, the 11. Just trying to make that out. Just can't be certain, though. Oh, and she's missed to the left. Advantage, Uni Newcastle. As her teammates get around her. Couldn't quite make out who that was, but they're consoling her. It's never easy being the first to take one. Takes a lot of guts. And unfortunately, it's been hit to the wrong side. Pretty sure this is Freya Clifton.
Yeah, great to see Cooks Hill and the girls getting around her after that unfortunate miss. It's a great show of team spirit and team unity there. So yeah, can be a very lonely place, but the Cooks girls have got around her. So
Freya Clifton, Australian futsal representative. Oh, keeper guessed well. Great save, Anderson, and advantage over.
Yep, she's picked the right way there. Didn't dive too early, stayed tall, and yeah, deflected that out of the goals. We're back to Cooks Hill's turn. See who can hold their nerve.
Is Gabrielle Brody. Could hear Go Gab through the effects mic. Thank you to the crowd member.
Got some supporters here today.
Gabrielle Brody, 5 goals versus University in 2 games. Didn't really get much of a chance at goal. Here's her opportunity to affect this match. Can she hit the target? Save. Mia Wallace went the right way, got two very firm hands down to it, Joe, and made a fine stop.
Outstanding save from Mia Wallace there. It was low to her right. She got down, strong hands. Yeah, fantastic save.
So she's 2 for 2. Oh, the tension of this game. Penalty shootout, such a tough thing. And up steps the third Uni Newcastle player to try to make the difference here. This will be for a 2-1 lead and a real advantage. That's a great finish. That's a top finish.
Not much.
It's now 2-0 on penalties.
Not much the goalkeeper could do about that one. Bottom left-hand corner again. It's, yeah, depending on the goalkeeper, you can change how quickly you can jump up, but gravity can only make you fall so fast.
This looks like Annika Hansen. Well, she scored the goal that kept them in the game. She needs to hit this penalty to keep Cooks Hill in the contest. Oh, Wallace got a hand to it, but it went in the back of the net. And it's 2-1 on penalties as Hansen puts it away. Gee, that was a good penalty in the end. Wallace is down again. Is it cramp?
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of cramp. We've got the referee assisting.
Oh, that's terrific. Community football at its finest. What a time to get cramp.
Yeah, the double leg cramp too. That can't be pleasant.
No, it took everything and she just about kept it out then, Mia Wallace. If she'd have kept that out, this next penalty would have been for the win. But as it stands, it's 2-1 on penalties here in the plate final. Been a tremendous game. Both sides have really given the Zone Football League a really terrific advertisement this afternoon. As we just have a little bit of a break here for Mia Wallace, who's down injured. Just wishing her every recovery, because I'm not sure if you can substitute a goalkeeper during a penalty shootout, Joe.
This isn't something that I've seen before, to be honest.
Who goes in goal for her would be the other question.
Yeah, it's a very good question. Hopefully she's okay and she's going to be able to take her place.
Don't know. Something a little bit interesting would be, my money would be on Emma Hooper to be goalkeeper if they couldn't sub out, because Emma Hooper, to the best of my knowledge, played rugby 7, so she'd have at least some ability to use her hands to stop a ball or dive to catch or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was saying before, the penalty list of the takers, I've never had to draw one up for a replacement goalkeeper.
So just whilst this injury's taking place, we'd just like to give you a bit of a heads up on the next match. It's the Women's State Cup final between Maitland FC and Broadmeadow Magic. It's a massive game between two sides that are absolute quality. And currently Maitland are 22 points in front of Broadmeadow Magic on the table in the NPLW. They are 13 matches, 34 points. Goal difference of 49. They've only lost once this season. And Broadmeadow Magic they're generally a top side, but in this year's competition, they're sitting in 5th out of teams in the comp with 3 wins, 3 draws and 7 defeats. So on paper, you would say Maitland, but football's a funny game, as we've seen here this afternoon. It's not overly funny for Mia Wallace at the moment, sadly. Down on the deck. And just describe the tension for the players standing in that centre circle, Joe, as they wait for the injury to subside, because you'd be fretting enough about taking a penalty, letting alone having to wait for an injury to then take a penalty.
Yeah, it's an interesting one there. I don't know whether it would be something that it'd maintain the the nervous energy, or it might even be a little bit of an opportunity to relax and get a little bit of composure. The one that I think you'd be most stressful for is the person who's about to take the next penalty. Because you've prepared yourself, you've walked up to the spot, you're ready to go, and now I've got a bit of a delay. And then, okay, am I going to continue? What was my plan? Was it going to go this direction? Do I change that now? Do I still go the way that I'm going to go? The ones in the centre circle, I think, will be feeling okay. It's the one who has to take the next penalty after an extended break. That's the one that I think would still be a little bit nervous.
So both teams still in that centre circle waiting results of Mia Wallace's cramp, possible cramp. It was a fine effort to stop that penalty, but just didn't get enough of a hand on it. She got a decent hand on it, but just not enough to do what she needed to do. So I believe we're back on the penalty shootout now. And University of Newcastle, they're 2-1 in front. They've both taken 3 penalties. The first 2 missed by Cooks Hill. Freya Clifton had hers saved. Here's an opportunity to go 3-1, and that was a very cool penalty indeed, right to the corner. The bottom right-hand corner, and Anderson couldn't get there. 3-1.
Couldn't have placed that any better. Bottom right-hand corner of the goalkeeper. Yeah, just unstoppable. Great placement. Relevant power, great goal.
Pretty certain this is Leah Jouffre. Jouffre has scored 15 goals in 13 Zone Football League games. She needs to take this penalty and score it to keep Cooks Hill alive in the plate. Ah, beautiful. Perfect penalty. This looks like Tamara Honoré. Stepping up to the plate, Joe, and if she hits this penalty, the University of Newcastle will win the community plate. 3-2 up, and this is the last penalty each. Needs to score it to win. And
I'm led to believe the coach framed her as club legend prior to this moment. If she scores this,
it's been even bigger. The club legend finishes the job. University of Newcastle, community plate champions, 2026. And absolutely well-deserved, Joe. It was a terrific performance for them. They copped their goal in the 44th minute, but they held their nerve in the penalty shootout to take out the 2026 community plate. Congratulations to all involved.
Yeah, fantastic. And yeah, the experience, I think, from progressing on penalties in the last game potentially helped them get through this one here, but fantastic effort from both teams. Commiserations to Cooks Hill, and congratulations to the University of Newcastle.
So as we sign off here for the Community Plate Final, Joe Wright and myself, Ashley Borg, congratulations to the University of Newcastle. At full time it was 1-1. University of Newcastle held their nerve to win on penalties by 4-2 to become the Community Plate champions of Northern New South Wales for 2026. We'll be back for the State Cup final between Maitland and Broadmeadow in just over 15 minutes' time. We'll see you then.
us, we gotta carry her.